Finally back in Washington. It was a fun week down in Indiana visiting my little sister and her friends. Watching her graduate college and getting to share that experience with her was an incredible opportunity, and I'm so proud of her. I'm just such a proud big brother right now of my little sister graduating summa cum laude with honors from her university, and she just inspires me every day. So it was just an awesome time being down there. I did have a chance to do a couple of training sessions. I filmed at one of them, but I didn't have the best workout there. I was fortunate enough I met up with a subscriber, Eric, and a friend of his, Elise. They came down and we basically talked about powerlifting, and I got a little bit of training in. I was really beat up by a lot of the traveling. I'll just be honest. I didn't have a whole lot of strength on that day, and then just a lot of adjustments. Nutrition was really tough to keep track of while I was there because I didn't have access to a car of my own, and we had to eat out a lot. So I managed to stick on my macro plan as well as I possibly could. But when you eat out, you never are sure what's going into anything. So the week of training down there was not ideal. The other training session I did was at a YMCA, and I didn't even bother bringing my camera because I didn't want to mess with anything like that. And, they were decent sessions, but nothing to call home about as far as my performance anyway. It was really good to talk to people and get to share some awesome experiences down there, but performance-wise, I'm glad to be back and in my environment again. First session back, this was Thursday, and I hit my deadlifts and some benching. All in all, pretty happy with how it went. I moved pretty quickly through this session. All my work sets of the deadlifting were done in about 22 minutes. So that is continuing to stay on this faster pace. Worked up to a top set of about 655, and I was only planning on doing it for a triple, but it went up for an easy fourth, and I was going to go for a fifth, but because I was only going for the triple initially, I forgot to take off the Band-Aid that I usually put on for my lighter sets, or the things where the grip isn't as much of an issue, and I just didn't reset my grip between the fourth and fifth rep, and it ripped through that Band-Aid and kind of slipped out of my hand. So I figured that was a good sign that not to push it too much anyway, and drop back down and hit some work reps at 625, trying to again build up my volume density in short amounts of time and just get better at recovering. I was fortunate while I was down in Indiana, the time that I spent in those gyms, I was trying to still keep some of those principles in mind, and it gave me a good time to sit, reflect on what I was doing, how I was prepping everything, and to kind of mentally detail out what the plan is for the next few weeks leading into my meet in July. After the deadlifts, moved on to my bench pressing, and was doing all right. Still kind of getting back into the groove of the benching. I think that the traveling really affected this the most, and also my body weight is down a little bit. Been weighing in pretty light. I think I was 216 on this day, which was a little nerve-wracking. I think I weighed 215 on one of the days, so I let Lane know, and I think we're bumping up a few more of my calories to try to keep me from dropping too far down. I definitely am not trying to lose weight going into this contest. I want to be a real 220. So I'm confident that now that I'm back home and have complete and total control of what I'm eating and my my training schedule and everything, that things are going to work out and be a lot more predictable for me. So I'm not really worried. After the main work and all my doubles that I did, I hit a set of 4 at 315, and then I did these dips every minute on the minute. I started up, I believe I started the clock, and I said I'm going to do 10 bodyweight dips, and I'm going to see how many minutes I can go where I complete at least, complete all 10 reps of the next set before the minute happens. And for any of my clients that are watching this, a few of you are probably going to try this, because it was a really awesome way to kind of, in a short amount of time, push the envelope. And I think I only made it to about 7 minutes before I really was like, wow, this is pretty difficult to get all 10 reps in. I starting a little bit later in the minute and then trying to finish up before it did that turnover. I think that it was a good starting spot, and I'd eventually like to work my way up to 10 sets of 10 on the minute like that, with a full lockout and pretty good range of motion. I felt like that really hammered my triceps, which didn't get as much love while I was down there. There wasn't many opportunities to get some real bench pressing in. So squats, I got a little bit of work on. Deadlifts, I didn't get to work on at all. My benching was kind of, mediocre. Afterwards, yeah, a little bit of the bodybuilding gains for you there. JK lols. But hit my last AMSAP of pull-ups and ab wheel rollouts, and that's really the workout. I really don't have a whole lot of fun topics or anything to talk about. I've just got so much going on in my mind right now that I can't even consolidate down to one thing. So in the upcoming videos, I'll probably have some different things and ideas to talk about, but for right now, that's kind of where I'm at. And just so glad to be back home. Thankful for that experience with my family, even if I get grumpy sometimes with traveling and being stressed out with all that. Very glad to be home now, and really excited to see what the next couple of weeks hold as far as my preparation for the meet. So thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you very soon, much sooner than that last little hiatus. So I hope you're all doing well. Have a great night. Bye.